Mario has been doing his
Mamma mia!
for quite a long time, and from time to time he uses strange artifacts to enhance his skills. However, some of these are so powerful that the people in the Mushroom Kingdom should actually fear our good old Italian. So let's find out which ones are the most powerful. Number 10. Now, ghosts are actually seen quite a lot in the series, from ghost houses to ships and even dimensions. Very spooky. However, you can also use this transparent and immortal form to your advantage, because the Boo Mushroom turns you into one. This is a type of mushroom that appeared in the Galaxy series and turns Mario into a Boo. It gives you the power to do several things that Boos can do, such as float through walls and fly. You can also become intangible if you shake the Wii remote, and then you can go through objects. Another effect of being Boo Mario is that Mario will attract other Boos towards him, and those that touch him will make him lose his form. The only other way to become Mario again is by going into a light beam. So using this, you could easily skip huge portions of levels and even have the ability to fly, which is extremely handy. Can you even imagine all the parts in certain Mario games that you could completely skip using this power? For example, the 6th star in Bob-omb Battlefield seen in Super Mario 64 would be so much easier using this power. You can just completely ignore the chain chomp, turn into your ghostly state, and go through to your prize. Number 9. Now, luckily enough, our dear old Mario isn't always alone. He usually travels together with either his friends or an odd dinosaur. And this prehistoric being has one power-up that's so incredibly useful in almost every scenario, even in the game which it originally came from. Yoshi Wings, a power-up item from Super Mario World. Using this, he turns into a winged version, and you enter a coin heaven. So using this companion that's already extremely powerful and versatile becomes even better by adding a flying ability. Using this, you could skip entire levels, take on bosses with ease now that you can fly around them, and even keep up with Bowser's airships. Just look at the times that he uses it in Super Smash Bros., where he turns into a winged Yoshi capable of breathing fire. Clearly, he's incredibly strong in this form and can do a ton of different things, so he isn't limited as well. Number 8. Bowser is seen running around with his army all the time, and one little critter that's found in his ranks are the Koopa Troopa. And there's one thing they have that Mario can actually use, the blue shells, which first appeared in Super Mario World, one of the few games where they are actually worn by Koopa Troopas. They are a relatively rare type of shell that can make Yoshi sprout wings and fly upon putting one in its mouth. However, Mario can also put it on. When ducking, he's invulnerable to almost anything. Besides that, he can also shell dash, allowing him to complete tasks, such as breaking blocks in particular locations, that would normally require a thrown Koopa shell to achieve. Some obstacles can also only be passed by using the shell dash. Additionally, the power-up allows him to swim faster and with more precision. Using this, you can defend yourself, use the shell to attack while you're safe, and in water, you're a lot better all of a sudden. So both on land and in water, you have a huge advantage. You're always fast and protected, which seems a bit weird for a turtle shell. But for some reason, this blue fortress is more mobile than most of us would expect. The dash can even be used to skip huge portions of levels, while there is no chance of getting hurt at all. Bowser clearly has a problem. Number 7. Everywhere Mario goes, he has to jump, run, and stomp his way through, no matter what. This is always the case. Or is it? Because the Bee Mushroom power-up gives you the ability to fly for a limited time, climb honeycomb walls, and cling to the Queen Bee. He's also uniquely capable of standing on flowers and clouds, and by collecting a coin you can fly a little longer. But If you touch water, then you will go back to your normal form. So with these powers, you can go through levels and explore a lot easier. Especially in 3D games, this could be incredibly useful. Using this, you could explore entire levels similar to the flying Goombas that you see in Super Mario Odyssey's Cap Kingdom, where you use them to look around the place. In a lot of levels where huge platforming challenges are placed, you can use this power to make it a lot easier. But if that was the case, then a ton of boss fights and levels would become way easier, and even stomping would be easy peasy. Number 6. Now, before Mario could ever turn into a bee, he got another power-up which allows him to fly, the Cape Feather. It first appeared in Super Mario World, and when you grab one, it allows you to glide through the air. If you run at full speed before jumping to take off, you can control the flight. Pressing backward will slow Mario's speed and make him ascend, and tapping it rapidly will allow Mario to continue flying, possibly to the end of the level. But you can also attack enemies by spinning the cape by pressing the Y button. So clearly you can do a lot in this form, even more so than the bee. You can effectively attack and take out enemies, fly for a long time, and even control it very well. So this one is even more useful than the bee or boo will ever be. With it, you can clear every 2D level without a lot of effort, especially ones that are set outside, because you have all the space in the world to fly around straight to the end. There's a reason why a ton of people who played Super Mario World love this power-up to death. Number 5. Now, so far I have mostly mentioned flying and defense power-ups. However, there are also a ton that are great for the offense. Like the hammer suit, which gives you the ability to throw hammers, and also a fireball-proof shell when ducking. But you lose your ability to slide down hills. So you basically become a hammer bro, which is a special force in Bowser's army that's incredibly powerful. Using this, you can easily defeat almost any enemy or boss that you encounter, because you can throw those hammers quite far, fast, and effective. Even Bowser stands no chance against this powerful weapon. In a matter of seconds, he's defeated. Sure, you might not clear the level as fast, but at least you can completely destroy almost anything you come across. Number 4. Now, hammers are cool, but there's also another type of weapon that you can throw that's even better. The Boomerang Flower, which first appeared in Super Mario 3D Land. With it, you can throw a boomerang to defeat enemies and reach items from a far distance. However, Mario can only throw one boomerang at a time and must wait for his first one to return or disappear before he can throw another one. And yes, it's possible to get extra lives by just throwing a boomerang at a checkpoint flag and repeatedly jumping over it until it hits the flag 5 times in a row. So using this, you can hit enemies that are further away, even get items that are laying around, and when you need lives, this thing will certainly benefit you. So comparing this to the hammer suit or fire flower, it outperforms them tenfold. The boomerangs are just way more useful than those will ever be. Number 3. Flowers are found everywhere in the series. We all know that, from fire to ice variants. However, there's also an ultimate version of them, the gold flower. With it, you're able to shoot golden or silver fireballs that explode and do splash damage when they hit blocks, enemies, or walls. And if enemies are hit by the projectiles, they will yield a certain amount of coins. Now, these fireballs are capable of taking out stronger enemies that are normally immune to regular fireballs. Even Bowser can be taken out with a single gold or silver fireball, as evidenced with the Gold Classics pack. So while the previous ones are good, this one is the king out of all of them. No matter what, it can defeat all. And it also has that other advantage. It generates tons of money, which is certainly a plus. Another great thing about this power-up is the fact that it functions as an explosive, so taking out multiple enemies becomes even easier. And there's no limit to the amount that you can throw, so spam all you want. It doesn't matter at all. Number 2. Now, so far, not a whole lot of mushrooms are on this list. There have been suits, flowers, and way more, but not a whole lot of fungi. That's because there's only one that's really worth to mention. The Mega Mushroom, a rare variety that's only found in the Mushroom Kingdom. It enlarges the user, allowing them to walk over and destroy everything in their path, including the largest and most powerful enemies. When items are crushed by Mario, the bar at the top starts to fill up with yellow. As the yellow line reaches the end of a segment, that segment turns green. After Mario's size reduces again, a 1-up mushroom appears for each green segment filled, with a maximum of 5. So these essentially turn you into an almost invincible giant that crushes and destroys anything in sight. You even get rewarded with lives to do so, which is a huge win of course. So this one is quite self-explanatory. As long as you're powered up by it, you can destroy anything in sight. Number 1. I think we all know what ends up here at the top, the Superstar, which is used in many Mario games. The user becomes temporarily invulnerable to all damage, being able to defeat anything and carrying up points, except to hazards that would normally be fatal regardless of power-up. Most projectiles or enemies that come into contact with the user of the star, while it is activated, are destroyed, damaged, or knocked off screen. And the star also increases the speed of the user substantially. Clearly, nothing in the entire series can beat this. You're extremely fast, and can only die if you mess up yourself. But if any enemy tries something funny, you can destroy it by just touching it. No effort needed whatsoever. So instead of just flying through it or getting to the other side safely, you can now run from left to right at top speed, getting points and gaining lives. The absolute best way to win, and the one that will almost always guarantee it. Thanks for watching everybody, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch more videos, be sure to click on the annotations on the screen right now. And be sure to subscribe and click the little notification bell button, so you won't miss anything.